Do you regret saying that President Biden had a mental acuity? He had a sharpness to him. You said that up until July of last year.
I said what I believe to be true.
And you think he was as sharp as you?
Warren just defended Joe Biden's mental fitness again, which is rich coming from a woman who thought a DNA test proving she was 1 1,000th Native American made her the next tribal chief. If she didn't notice Joe Biden's decline, she probably still thinks The View is hard-hitting journalism.
I didn't like it. I'm saying it to you. You were my ride or die. I was going wherever you were going, that's what I was doing. So I just wanted to say that because I always felt you were going to probably do 4 years and then try to figure out where to go with Kamala.
Tyson Dela Cruz here. Thank you so much for rocking with me. Grab your popcorn because Elizabeth Little Pocahontas Warren is back in the airwaves, guys. And this time she's not talking about being Cherokee.
So, Senator, why did you list yourself as an American Indian on this Texas bar application?
So this was about 30 years ago, and I am not a tribal citizen. Tribes and only tribes determine citizenship. When I was growing up in Oklahoma, I learned about my family the same way most people do. My brothers and I learned from our mom and our dad and our brothers and our sisters, and those were our family stories. But that said, there really is an important distinction of tribal citizenship. I am not a member of a tribe. And I have apologized for not being more sensitive to that distinction. It's an important distinction.
Nope. She's doing some damage control on Joe, where am I, Biden? Elizabeth Pocahontas, Little Pocahontas, whatever you want to call her. She jumped on a podcast called Talk Easy because I guess Talk Delusional was taken. I don't know, just my personal opinion on this. The host, Sam, straight up asked Elizabeth Pocahontas Warren if she regretted claiming that Biden was mentally sharp.
Do you regret saying that President Biden had a mental acuity? He had a sharpness to him. You said that up until July of last year.
I said what I believe to be true.
And you think he was as sharp as you?
I said I had not seen decline.
Bruh.
I said I had not seen decline.
Bruh.
She said, I said what I believe is true. Either these folks are absolutely delusional. Anybody with a coherent mind could see that this guy, Joe Biden, was basically a walking sack of potatoes. Not even, I don't want to even give potatoes credit here. He was a walking vegetable, like a celery that really doesn't have any nutritional value. He was a walking celery stick.
Hey, I didn't hear no bell. All right, that's right.
Eligible for what I've been able to do with the with the COVID. Excuse me, with dealing with everything we have to do with. Look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Elizabeth Warren saying this, saying, I said what I believed is true. This is translation for I ignored reality to keep my party from collapsing faster than Mitch McConnell going upstairs. When Sam, the host, hits her with, do you think that Biden in 2024 was just as sharp as 2021? Elizabeth Pocahontas, 1 1,000th Native American white woman pretending to be Indian, she doubles down.
At that point.
You did not see any decline from 2024 Joe Biden to 2021 Joe Biden?
Not when I said that. You know, the thing is, he was sharp. He was on his feet. I saw him.
These people are on the moon. They are crazy. Lady, Stevie Wonder could see the decline in Joe Biden. Come on. But wait, it gets better than this. She goes on and says, well, he was on his feet. On his feet? That is the bar now? This is the bar for a presidential candidate? He was on his feet. Well, he was on his feet. That is such a low bar.
He was sharp. He was on his feet. I saw him. Live event. I had meetings with him a couple of times.
Senator, on his feet is not praise. He can speak in sentences is not praise.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Look, the question is, what are we going to do now?
Okay.
I mean, I've seen mannequins at Kohl's with better posture and more coherent speech patterns than Joe Biden. Even Sam, the host of the show, power to him for pushing back on this. He said, being on his feet isn't praise. And Warren said, fair enough, which is political speak, specifically in any realm. It's like, yeah, I'm freaking busted. You caught me. You caught me red-handed. I said he was on his feet. I'm praising him for on his feet. You guys remember when Joe Biden did this after the debate?
Joe, you did such a great job. You answered every question. You knew all the...
You did a good job, Joe. You answered all the questions. You did it. You colored in the lines, Joe. You did it. You did it, Joe. Elizabeth Warren, Elizabeth Pocahontas, Elizabeth 1 in 1,000th Native American white woman pretending to be Indian, is the same woman who released the DNA test showing that she was 1 in 1,000th Native American and used that to try to get hired as a diversity hire at Harvard. Bro. So no, at least me personally, I am not shocked that she thought a man who freezes mid-sentence and waves to invisible people is sharp.
You know, people on the right, voters, pundits, commentators, have argued that Trump has a kind of genius that us pedestrians just can't see. Here are some exact quotes from commentators on Fox and Newsmax. When it comes to the war on Ukraine, Zelensky is playing checkers and Trump is playing chess. The measles outbreak, plane crashes, is actually Trump's 4D chess. And then finally, to top off the board game compliments, one Fox commentator has said President Trump is playing 5D chess with the economy. So I want to know, what are they seeing that perhaps you are not?
Look, they can create whatever alternative reality they want. And reality does have a way of coming back in and asserting itself. People not getting their Social Security checks, I don't care what 5D you want to describe. You know, I go through the list of what the Republicans want to cut, and there's not going to be a family left in America that's not going to feel that cut. And if I do my job and the rest of the Democrats do our job, there's not going to be a family left in America that doesn't know exactly whose fault this is. And it's Donald Trump and a bunch of spineless Republicans in Congress. And let me just say, all toward one purpose. They want to make these cuts in government so that a handful of billionaires can run this country and basically not have to pay any taxes doing it.
I'm telling our audience, how much do you make?
I make exactly the same as every single senator, $174,000.
Honestly, if Biden walked off the stage during his speech, tripped over a flag, and landed in a vat of tapioca, Warren would say, he's still got it. NBC, MSDNC, CNN, they all covered for a guy who couldn't find a door at a Home Depot. And now you're shocked because people don't trust the media. What an epiphany.
Do you ever worry that the Democratic Party will be seen as being on the right side of history without having made much of it?
I worry every day that we know what is right, that we fight with good hearts, and that it might not be enough. All I've got is my heart and my 24 hours a day, and as many people as I can bring into this. In a democracy, it's not just one person. It's all of us. We got to fight for this. And we got to fight. We got to fight for ourselves. We got to fight for our families. We've got to fight for the people who are going to lose so much if we don't beat this back.
The Oscar goes to
Liz, don't worry. We get it. We absolutely get it. You are loyal. You are loyal to Biden. And you are loyal to your great, 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 great grandmother's cheekbones. You even said the phrase on his feet like it was a compliment, when the only thing standing between Biden and a total collapse is an earpiece, a teleprompter, and Jill gently steering him off stage. Elizabeth Warren thinks Joe Biden's mental fitness is fine. He's good. Just like she thought that she was going to be the next Sacagawea. And now the media is in full panic mode because the Wizard of Delaware just tripped behind the curtain. Let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know what you think about the interview with Elizabeth Warren and just exposing Joe Biden's cognitive abilities that even Stevie Wonder saw. Drop it down in the comment section down below. Smash the like button, share, subscribe. And as always, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.